Welcome to Be Smart Learning Academy. This is school at 7. So here you wake up, solve, pass. So if you haven't joined our online intensive revision, you're actually missing out, right? So we do more of these questions. So if you join, the better. Okay, so here we focus on exam content. This is a prep made simple, daily questions, better results. So we look at exam questions and actually show you step by step how you get to solve them so that you can get those distinctions. All right, so today we are looking at an interesting subject, and this is chemistry. And our focus exam question is actually crystallization of magnesium hyptahydrate. All right, so we've extracted a question which actually talks about or focuses on crystallization of magnesium hyptahydrate. So let's get started. Make sure that you have your pen and your book so that you write the notes down. Okay, so this is the question. Let me just zoom so that we read the question and begin to answer. Okay, so here is the question paper. Okay, so A2, to obtain pure dry crystals of the hydrate, which is magnesium hyptahydrate, from an aqua solution, magnesium sulfate. Okay, the process of crystallization. Let me underline this word, crystallization. Okay, crystallization. Let me check the pen. Okay, let's see if we can write here. Okay, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, crystallization. Okay, so let me just rub everything here and then zoom it in. Okay, so to obtain pure dry crystals of hydrate magnesium hyptahydrate from an aqueous solution, magnesium sulfate, the process of crystallization is used following the 4 steps. Okay, so crystallization, then there are these 4 steps. So the question reads, arrange these steps in order of occurrence. Okay, so the steps we must follow logical sequences that transitions the substance from a liquid state to a solid crystalline form. Okay, so these are the steps that we're going to put here. Okay, so the first step is heat the solution. Okay, heat the solution point, heat to saturation point, this one here. So heat to saturation point. Okay, so I'm going to explain later on why we are doing this, why these processes, why the first step is saturation point, or heat to saturation point, and the second step is, so number 1, the second step is cool down slowly. Okay, so this one, cool down slowly. So cool down slowly. Cool down slowly. So this is the This is the second step. Cool down slowly. Okay, the third step is filter. All right, filter. Filter. And the fourth step is dry in desiccator. Dry in a desiccator. Desiccator. Dry in a desiccator. Okay, so these are the correct arrangements of the order of occurrence of magnesium hyptahydrate. Okay, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay, we continue. B, for each step in A, give a reason for taking each such action. So in step 1, why heating to saturation? Okay, the reason is simple: to evaporate. Okay, to evaporate the solvent. To evaporate the solvent. Okay, in this case the solvent is water. To evaporate the solvent until what? The solution is concentrated enough. Okay, concentrated enough to do what? Enough that crystals will begin to do what? Will begin to form. Will begin to form upon cooling. Okay, this is why we're heating to saturation, upon cooling. So this is our first reason why we are heating to saturation. Step 2, why cooling down slowly? Why are we cooling down? Okay, here you see, cool down slowly. Why are we cooling down? Okay, the reason is simple as well. The reason is simple. Okay, so slow cooling allows the particles. So we write here, slow cooling allows the particles to arrange themselves into regular lattice structure. Okay, and our second reason, or step number 3, why filter? Okay, why are we filtering? To separate the solid crystals the solid crystals from what? The remaining liquid. This is the reason why we filter the remaining liquid. Okay, so this is the mother liquor. The mother liquor. Okay, you have your 1 mark there. Reason for step number 4, which is dry in a desiccator. Why are we drying? Okay, to remove, I hope you're writing notes down. To remove any remaining surface, moisture, from the crystal. From where? The crystals. From the crystals without using direct heat. Without using direct heat. Okay, so this is your reason why we are actually using a desiccator, direct heat. Okay, I hope you are copying these notes down. Question C, explain why magnesium hyptahydrate crystals may be dry and yet they contain water molecules. Okay, so it's important to understand this. So we can say here the water molecules, the water molecules in magnesium sulfate hyptahydrate. The water molecules in magnesium hyptahydrate are known as water of crystallization. Water of what? Crystallization. Okay, so these molecules are chemically bonded. You need to know this. These molecules are what? Are chemically bonded. Are chemically bonded. Are chemically bonded within crystal lattice. Within the crystal lattice structure. Lattice what? structure of the salt. Of the what? Of the salt. Right? Rather than bean weight. Rather than bean weight. Copy this, copy this, copy this. Okay? Rather than bean weight. Right? Moisture on the surface. Moisture on the surface. So because of this, water is part of the solid's internal structure. The crystals feel and appear dry to the touch. Okay, so this is your reason. Make sure that you write everything down here. Okay, for you to actually get your full marks. So here, how many marks? Everything we have answered 6 marks. So you cannot afford to miss all the 6 marks. Okay, so we have come to the end of our revision session. Okay, so today we were focusing on chemistry and crystallization of magnesium hyptahydrate. So if you love this content and you're having problems in chemistry, okay, you are writing chemistry, maybe sitting for chemistry, grade 12 GCE, this is your opportunity to join our intensive online tuitions to help you get that distinction in science, all right, or specifically to say chemistry. The earlier the better. Okay, so here are the details, and I'll get in touch with you. All right, so these are the details. Be part of us, and you'll be glad that you did. Okay, this has been Tutor Be Smart, and thank you so much for joining me at school at 7. It is bye for now.